So my birthday just passed and I knew I was going to be going out that night and I wanted to try something different. Going through my collection of fragrances, I came across something that said, all right, if I could try this thing, and we're going to have a story time on what this fragrance did for me this night. But I came across one fragrance and I said, you know, I wonder how that fragrance would do if I layered it with another fragrance. But when I looked at that fragrance, I said, oh wait, that fragrance is discontinued. Gave me an idea. I said, okay, what other fragrances do I have that's discontinued? Now, a bunch of my fragrances got lost in storage. Well, either somewhere in between. So they got lost somewhere. I'm missing a bunch of fragrances, but I do know that I had a few more discontinued fragrances in there, but gave me the idea to talk about some of the discontinued fragrances that I have. And on my desk, I have 4 discontinued fragrances. Since there's never really going to be a time in which I could talk about these fragrances because they're discontinued, so I can't really put them in lists, I can't really make reviews about them, I'm gonna briefly talk about these fragrances in this video here. Now, for time constraints, I'm gonna get right to it. Speaking of something that got lost in transition, you guys remember this? Like the Holy Duo in all of your rag stores a few years back during COVID? Commodities Vetiver. And if you got the Vetiver, you probably got the Bergamot as well. Let me tell you this. This Commodity Vetiver was my introduction to Vetiver, right? Along with, not discontinued, more so reformulated, Guerlain's Vetiver. And for a good while, because I kind of refused to wear this, for a good while, I thought that Vetiver smelled like this. I didn't know that Commodity had put in a bunch of other different notes to sweeten and make this a more mass appealing vetiver. I just sprayed this vetiver on a test strip just to remind myself of what it smells like, because since my bottles are discontinued, I try not to wear them too much, but I remember I used to love this vetiver. I actually used to layer it with the Bergamot from Commodity, which again, I don't have it anymore. I lost it. So let's put that on a discontinued list as well. I'll probably never be able to smell it again. But I do remember that being a fresh, bright, clean bergamot scent. But this vetiver, man, it's got this apple note to it and blackberry kind of combination. And the vetiver is, you know, what you would expect from vetiver, kind of like hayish sort of vibes with sandalwood. And I think that that green apple along with the blackberry that's in it is really in there just to sweeten up what would probably be more of a dull or dry vetiver, but that in there sweetens it up, makes it juicy, and I absolutely loved this vetiver scent. I remember when I was a courier, so I used to go hospital to hospital, and there was this one particular hospital that I would go to. If I missed a day, a lady would come to me, one of the cleaning ladies, she would come to me and she would be like, you weren't here yesterday. I'm like, why you say that? She said, because like every time you come into the building, like you just leave this trail, and I kind of follow it. And yesterday I didn't get it. I didn't get to smell. And that was usually when I combined this vetiver with the bergamot, because I was like, I apologize, is it too strong? She's like, no, it's soft, but I could always tell where you are because of it, and it just always smells beautiful. And from there on, man, I really, really like this fragrance. Now, even though I've had it since 2020 and have only used that much, it's because I'm very, very stingy with this one. I wish it was still in rag stores, but unfortunately, it's now discontinued. Speaking of discontinuations, let me hit you guys over the head with something that should have never been discontinued. I hate that it's discontinued because of how I treated this fragrance. I for a lack of better terms, I just mistreated this fragrance. Bond number 9.com. This is the juiciest, probably most tart pineapple that I have ever smelled in my life. It is a work of art. Pineapple, green apple, juniper berries, black currant, along with some musk on a dry down. This thing, I want you to think of the original Aventus, right? And you just strip away the smokiness and just amplify the fruitiness and the juiciness of that combination of pineapple and green apple with that tartness from that black currant. Oh my God, this thing was so good. I just like smelling the nozzle because ain't much left in here, dog. Ain't much left in here. And here's why I say I mistreated this. I used to leave this in my car. There was no signs of discontinuation coming. I used to leave this in my car because I wanted to wear it all the time. Kind of did, but leaving it in my car, I think that something with that sun hitting my bottle kind of evaporate. I didn't use as much of this as this bottle lets me think it is. I don't even know how much is left in here. Got some scratches on it so I could kind of see through it a little bit. It's not much in here, but man, I miss this fragrance. It's no longer available to us, and I'm gonna cherish it because, like, I know now we have Club de Nuit, Intense Man, and all of its different formulations. There's levels, and this is one of them. Moving into my next one, we got a sweet grapefruit, pink pepper, almond, musks, vetiver, definitely heavy on the almond, Guerlain's, L'Homme, Idéal, Cologne. Because people hear Guerlain's, L'Homme, Idéal, they think, oh, that's still available. No. The Cologne version has been discontinued for years. This smells good. It's not a performance freak. It smells good, but it was never like really something that would be my go-to, my reach, because I haven't really come across almond notes and almond fragrances that vibe with me. Now, it may smell good on me to the next person, but to me, it just kind of wasn't a DNA that resonated with me. Smells good. I like the grapefruit that's on there. It's a really, really juicy, kind of sweet grapefruit, but I think that the black pepper that's in here really helps it out. Like this is about how much I got left in there. If you could see, like it's down to here and about this much. It's about a bunch of glass, but ain't much left in there. It's a good fragrance, but this is a more of an intimate spring, possibly summertime. I mean, I wouldn't really want to wear it in the summertime because, again, to me, almond's not my thing. But intimate springtime, got somebody over, hugged up, that's gonna get it done. And now, last but not least, in this one, I got a small little story on. Now, this one, we got some boozy notes, heavy on the leather, the woods, the smokiness, animalistic. It's got some fur to it. John Varvatos, Dark Rebel, not Dark Rebel Rider, Dark Rebel, Discontinued. And this one is probably about 85% full. When I first got it, I was like, I wasn't used to leathery fragrances at the time. I was more so used to fruity or fresh or kind of boozy cinnamon stuff. This was my very first leather fragrance. So at first it was a little off-putting to me. It was very, very dark and I didn't really know what to do with it. Like I got it at a rag store, probably Burlington Coat Factory or something. What is that? TJ, whatever. I got it a long time ago. I got it. And I said, oh, this is John Varvatos. So I already had Artisan Pure. I'm like, well, they can't miss with Dark Rebel. I looked it up. I said, okay, leather, dark, woody, all right, whatever. Cool, picked it up, grabbed it. And again, now it's discontinued. But so I wear it here and there. Like if I'm wearing a leather jacket in the colder weathers, I'll spray that on, right? So here we are at the end of July. What will possess me to wear this? This is cold weather only. What will possess me to wear it? Now, the projection and the sillage on it, the performance on this overall, just a little bit above average. I'll probably go like a 6 on performance. However, something gave me the idea of grabbing this Rave Now. Super affordable fragrance, probably run you about $16 to $18. This is, like I've said before in previous videos, this is Tropicana pineapple juice in a bottle. That's literally what this is. If you just you get a Tropicana pineapple juice, pour it in a bottle and spray it on, that's this. That's exactly what this is. And when I did that, actually, why does that smell smoky? Smell a little smoky. Anyway, so I said, you know what? I'm just gonna shoot for it. I'm just gonna try it out. I sprayed it on. I didn't even test it, no test strip, no nothing. Straight out the shower, looking through stuff. Grab one. Said, I know that that's dark. I ain't got no business wearing it, but I got this pineapple scent right here. Let me layer them. I layered them together and I was just like, wait a second. I might be cooking because what it smelled like was Intense Cedroit Boisé, but stronger. The problem that I have with Cedroit Boisé, the Intense version, is that I don't feel like it performs the way I want it to perform. Layering these two together, it gave me that. It dials up that leather. It dials up that dark, smoky, woody vibe. That castoreum that's in there for the animalistic type of feel. And you just put the sweetness of pineapple juice. Rave Now in it, bruh. It was like I had this on steroids. This was on, it was like this on, like whatever you want this to be, because people love this. And I'm like, it's okay. It don't really perform all that well. Bruh, sprayed those two on, went outside, that joint lasted. It was on me till I woke up the next morning. And it was pumping, especially with how hot it is, and it's just pumping. Anyway, here's the story. So I'm at this bar, right? And I run into this girl and we're having a conversation. She's like, oh my God, you smell nice. For some reason, you smell nice always comes with the wanting to hug, right? So, okay, give her a hug. And, we just conversing. Heavy on the eye contact. Heavy, never mind. Anyway, heavy on the eye contact. Body language was there. Me touching, being able to maneuver the body around, meaning her, being able to maneuver the body around. Maybe that's for a different type of video. That's not for here. But I noticed that this was really good because she wanted to hug me an uncomfortable amount of times. It started to get weird. Like she just kept wanting to come in for more hugs. And I'm like, come on, can we just, damn. Say, I'm sorry. And she smelled good too. She was wearing some sort of Givenchy, but she smelled good too. She was like, whatever. Cause I asked her what she was wearing. She's like, hey, whatever I'm wearing, you're clearly overpowering me, but you smell so masculine, but yet so sweet and like, I don't know how to pinpoint what it is that you got going on because it's just so different. And I'm like, it's working. It's working. But yeah, it was definitely, it was definitely something, man. She just kept going in for more and more hugs. I just want to keep smelling you. Okay, all right. Then she had this dude that came over to the conversation and he was just standing there. And then eventually he walked away. I'm like, what was that? It's like, oh no, that's my boyfriend. Don't mind him. I'm like, you giving me all these hugs in front of your mans? So, oh no, don't worry about that. Discontinued. Rave Now. But I will say, when it comes to compliments, sometimes it's not just what you wear, but how you carry yourself. And that introduces them to you, but also how your body language. I hate to use this term because how do you describe it? But kind of like the aura that you give off. It could be scents. The fragrances just enhances and kind of opens up their senses and it kind of makes them want to say something to you. This right here, I didn't even notice the chick. I didn't even notice her. I'm watching, it was talking about Hulk Hogan up on the screen. I'm just watching that. And I'm like, out the corner of my eye, I see this chick that's just walking in my direction. I'm like, well, ain't nobody else over here. Where's she? She going to look out the window? Then she come right over to me. Like, how you doing? How you doing? So I don't want to say that the fragrance brought her to me because it didn't, but it definitely started the conversation. And it definitely led to a whole lot of hugs. Anyway, that's all of the discontinued fragrances that I have. It's 4 of them. Well, 4 in the possible. We got the Bergamot that I can no longer find. It's somewhere. I just don't know where it is. I also can't find my Stronger With You. So it's a bunch of stuff that I can't find. It hurts my feelings. It hurts my feelings. I'm going to open up a TikTok pretty soon. Actually, I did open up a TikTok. I'll have it linked in the description. I haven't put any content on there, but if you guys are TikTok watchers or want to help me grow my TikTok, I have a link in the description for it. And I will see you in the next video. I just got to decide on what my next video is going to be because I've run out of ideas. Maybe I'll start doing some one-off reviews.